Hello and welcome to episode 11 of our Timberborn Update 6 Wonders of Water playthrough here with the Iron Teeth in Cycle 20, Day 1. Last time we had a little bit too much fun. Got over our skis a bit and ended up flooding this half of the map with that nasty bad water. We do have one contaminated beaver, but there is a treatment plan underway with the decontamination pod, and at some point, the contaminated beaver will be healed of his illness. But in addition to that, the good thing that we did do is we got most of this bypass thing constructed to the point where it can actually bypass appropriately and not have too many more ill effects. But there's still plenty of work to get done. We'd started blasting out the rest of this area so we can put in the rest of this stuff. And of course we're going to continue that today as well. I got a lot of comments about these bridges. And yes, I now know, thanks to, I didn't even know how many people it was that said that they can build off the side of the bridges. Now, I'm just so programmed from the previous versions of the game where this was not possible. So I just said, all right, you know what? Let's just put all these in there. But yes, they can build off the side. That was not the case, but yes, they can now. However, these are already here, so I'm just going to leave them. And that should be, hopefully, a much better solution for us to just get this done and move on with our lives. But what we were doing before we had our problem with the overflowing here is we were deepening this to be the same level as these metal platforms, at which point we can, you know, just waterproof everything and be on our merry way. So I'm going to go ahead and set this off. Triple speed. And this guy as well. So now this piece right here is the correct level. The rest of these have to go down 2 more, which we can. Go ahead and get set up appropriately. Nice and even. And then these last 3, of course, are going to have to go. These are doubles that are going to be slightly higher, so I think it's okay to blow this up. But before we go about doing that, I am going to go ahead and get that situated and then get this bit taken care of as well. You know, a little bit at a time. Whatever we can do is good and correct. So we did last time put in this deep bad water pump to attempt to, well, pump out this mess. And kind of worried that it was going to cause some problems with our food and water supply. But we have enough of a stash, I guess you could say, where it's not going to be a problem. The number is going to go down substantially, but we're not going to run out before this gets pumped out, and that's going to be perfectly fine. So let's come back and check on this. Yeah, looking pretty good. The extract is going to start to be a problem, but this is not disconnected. We can actually start running the centrifuge again. And it looks like that is getting taken care of, just a little slower than we may prefer. We have run out of the scrap metal, so I'm going to turn the mine back on. So now we only have 3 beavers who are not working. But keep in mind, all of these buildings are still disconnected. That will have to be fixed as we continue moving on. Yeah, see, now these are good to go. Let's go ahead and set this off. And I'll set that off as well. That will need to go down 2 more here. And then, of course, this can be reached from up there. That's totally fine. This goes off here. And then these, of course, are going to require a little bit more here. I'll do one thing at a time. But this can go ahead and come down now. The other bit's low enough. Remember, our goal is to get this the same height as everything else here. They can build quite nicely, quite easily here. Get that taken care of. 1 piece at a time. So while they're doing this, putting all these dynamites in, why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about future plans for this area, specifically with the outflow of the dam. I got a lot of good comments about ideas that you guys have, specifically about the merits of this bad water diversion and some of you don't think it's smart to make it out of the dirt, would have preferred wood. That's fine. We just wanted to try something different. I did, at least. And a couple of you said, why don't you have the overflow from this reservoir come through this channel all the time, so it's always generating power, and then when it's a bad tide, obviously it'll still get used. And I think that's a very compelling idea. I don't know that for sure we'd send everything through there, because remember, we do still have to irrigate down here. And I don't want to get rid of this river entirely, because, you know, we are still running water through here for right now. Not necessarily have to stay that way. But I think there's a lot of compelling interest in that idea. To the point where I think I still want to have at least one sluice coming out this way. But if we had the overflow always coming through here, then I think that would be pretty smart. We got options. We have stuff we can do, explore different ideas. I got another comment saying that some of these weren't marked for cutting. Well, it's just a couple of them. Just a couple of them. That's fine. We did kill a few with the bad water, but you know that's going to happen. The way that we had this stuff set up, just the amount of crisis that we had to manage at the very end because I made bad choices. I'm happy that that's all that happened. We'll just say that we did pretty well considering. All right, so this bit's going to go down. That's going to go down. Needs 2 more. And I can go ahead and set this off as well. Oh, I missed a little bit back there. Get that taken care of. Yeah, that's going to be 2 2s again. Getting a little bit of spillage, but that won't be there for too long. And of course, we still have this bit back here to take care of as well, which we will get to at some point. But yeah, I think long term, maybe not today, but long term, I might want to go ahead and put in at least one sluice here as an overflow. Again, sluices are only one way, so there's no chance of bad water ever coming back through here, unless this channel overflowed, which we've already seen it won't do. So that's an interesting thing. I'm glad you guys are suggesting stuff like that, because I honestly wasn't thinking that would be a smart thing to do. But, you know, now the more I take a look at it, the more I think that might actually be a pretty cool thing for us to try and figure out. Now, how is our pumping going here? Okay, we've actually gotten a pretty decent amount of it taken out. Someone also left a comment saying, hey, you know, you can hold Alt and scroll to peel the layers back. Yes, I did know that was the thing. I just usually don't end up using it. But you can see that there's not that much more that needs to get pumped. And then this should dry up nicely with the exception of... oh, actually, no, this is completely open into here. So that will dry up. I was a little concerned that might be completely isolated, but it does not seem to be the case. So everything's looking pretty good there. I can, if I feel so inclined, put this back on. I think we're probably going to want to do that. Yeah, because we have got a lot more building to do if we're going to, you know, completely make this safe. So that's what's going to happen there. But you know the drill. Just do what you can when you can. These stairs out of here. Yeah, so this last bit here we're going to detonate when everything is all said and done, so we don't flood everything. Of course, this bit here also can go away. I definitely should have done that a long time ago, but you know how it goes. I get distracted sometimes very, very easily, and bad things happen, but we are going to be A-okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do these 2 rows at once because this one can get fed from up here and this one can come from the side. And then we'll have to just peel back these layers one by one like we did. Or I could just build some more of these suspension bridges over everything. Always an option. Yeah, that'll be probably fine. Don't have to be too complicated with it, but I think it's probably going to be in our best interest to just go ahead and get rid of these, harvest those materials, and then go back to what we were doing previously. I'm surprised the food is still as good as it is. with this being flooded. We'll have to come back and check on that, of course. So outside of that, things you guys have been asking for a while, of course, to finish gravity batteries and all sorts of good stuff like that. Building this, obviously, has been placed on the back burner a little bit, but we're going to get there eventually. Get this mess in the corner out of the way. But I did make an addition that I think you guys are going to be excited about here. We now have the flywheels back again. Wonderful mod from our friend Battery Smooth. Replaces the gravity batteries, which I haven't built yet. So in theory, we could still do both. But I really like these flywheels. And let me show you why. This large vertical framed flywheel, say that one 10 times fast, is a 5x5. So it fits perfectly right here. Remember what I was saying before about putting these in the center and then maybe some number crunchers around the outside like this? So I could put like one here, one here, one here, one here, one here-ish. And then we have these junctions that you can put on top of those that will actually connect everything up very nicely. Transfer power across and just make a really clean looking build. And of course you also have the vertical ones, or horizontal. I always call these vertical because they stand up, but the actual shaft for them is horizontal. And of course you can just put these anywhere you want. They do work underwater. The one caveat is that they are very expensive to build. Well, relatively speaking. But they hold so much power. So much power. 150,000 HPH for each of these. And they have a drain per hour of 1. And of course, the different sizes have different rates they drain. And then if you have these uncased ones, like these are in nice little boxes. But they also have the versions that are just, you know, open, that you have to mount on stuff, and they lose a lot more. This one loses -4. The small one loses -10. Well, it doesn't lose -10. That would be a gain of 10 because that's how negatives work. But it loses 10 per hour. The medium loses 7. Oh, that model got redesigned, I think. Yeah, hold up. Hold up. That's a new thing. That's a new thing. Yeah, the medium flywheel before, I'm pretty sure, didn't look like that. Or it could just be completely dense. Who knows? But yeah, suffice to, this is what I remember the medium one looking like. Maybe I just never built this before. I don't know. But those are pretty cool. And, you know, there's an Easter egg, if it's still there, unless it was removed, on these small horizontal framed ones. May or may not have something to do with me. But I digress. Moving on, looks like that's going to be a triple. Yep. Nice and easy right here. And I think, yeah, once I get this detonated, this will be able to get blasted down appropriately. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take these out. That's unfortunate. That's going to be a little bit irritating to have to go fix. The other thing we have to do is we have to put in these impermeable floors to waterproof on top of where everything else is going. So that's going to be an interesting problem for us here. And also, where we go to place the flywheels, I'm pretty sure that you can't put those on top of impermeable floors, so we might have to get a little bit creative. We'll see what happens. We're all about learning and trying fun new things here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a ladder in this corner, so we can get down. We have almost 400 metal-ish. So easy thing to do is just go ahead and place these down. As a reminder, the paths can go on top of these things, so we should be able to pretty easily reach just about everything here. Make sure we get everything nice and waterproofed. Love it when I get an application error that takes me out of my my game thing. Hopefully this computer is not on its way out, because that would cause a whole lot of problems, but we are going to probably be just fine. I can't forget about this mess as well. I think that should be okay. Yeah. Just let them do what they gotta do here. That piece comes down again, and then that goes there. We'll leave this alone for a little bit, let them try to build some of this, unless we feel like watching, which, you know, is always fun. Yeah, I really like the newer look of these impermeable floors where they're not directional. Actually, hold up. Before we get too far, I'm going to pause these 3 levees at the bottom here because I'm thinking I might want to replace those with sluices, depending on how the rest of this is going to be set up. As I did say, I wanted to fill in a bunch of this land here. So we'll let them take care of that. Just do our little bits and pieces here. Come back and check on that in a little bit. All right, we're still flooded, but it looks... Actually, no, we're not. We're not flooded anymore. This could be fully reconnected, so let's do that. Well, that's reconnected now, but I did disconnect this as well, and I think there's a couple of these that I disconnected underneath. Yeah, right here. Right there. That should be everything. I know I built this extra ladder here that we don't technically need, but I'm going to leave in place just because it's there. I'm going to pause this deep bad water pump in case that happens again. Let's hope it doesn't. But now we're back up and running, which is always nice. They're making pretty quick work of some of this stuff. We're just about done right here. Yeah, look at us go, huh? Of course, I still have this whole mess to take care of, but we'll get everything else done in time. Hey, they're building the little irrigator here. Wait, which one of these is paused? Oh, that's the farmhouse. That's fine. That was always allowed. Now, I'm thinking these blueberries, some of them have already died from contamination. Some of them are dying actively due to flooding. So we already know this is going to have some water coming in. I'm just going to go ahead. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and set these off. So that way we can just speed around getting all that in there. But this bit right here all needs to come out. Go ahead and put a path there. Gonna make this opportunity number 1 here. Get this platform built there. Get this platform built here. And then as soon as all of these are in place, since we do have a limited quantity of extract right now, should hopefully get everything all ready to go. Yep, and they can come in from up top here. That's always good. Since we're not walking over here, I will go ahead and set that off so I can get my 5x5 in place. Yeah, let them take care of this ASAP. Because obviously the idea here is to direct the flow in areas where it's going to actually not screw things up. I'm going to pause construction on these 4 impermeable floors right here. So that is currently over the channel. And hopefully that's going to play nice here. Got this 1 double dynamite. How are we looking on... Okay, we've got 5 days. I'm sure some of these have already died. Or they might be a little closer, but I don't think we need to panic this exact moment. Yeah, we do have flooding here, but it's going to be gone. Alright, double dynamite. So that should alleviate some of the flooding down here, unless I'm completely over my skis, which is very, very possible. Wouldn't be one of these videos without that, right? So, impermeable floors, I'm going to say these are actually the more important ones. Yeah, I'm going to deprioritize that. And get these bits taken care of there. Yeah, that's going to be what they're going to focus on right now. 351 metal blocks should be plenty to get that taken care of. I thought I deprioritized these, or they're still in the process of bringing materials, so maybe they don't, maybe they just don't care, huh? Okay, now they're taking care of some of this other stuff. That's fine. Looking good. They can come in from up top, of course. Still hasn't been done there, but that's fine. I'm hoping that I'm not going to have all of these in place for this flooding to stop, but... yes. Bad tide approaching, so we may have to slightly modify our strategy here. We do know that this will be fine coming off here, but in the interest of tree safety, I'm going to go ahead and put in irrigation barriers here. Hold on, that's an interesting, interesting shadow effect there. Based on my selection with the irrigation barriers, it actually casts a shadow. That's kind of weird. I don't know what to say about why that's happening, but that's fine. So the good news about this bad tide coming is that these sluice gates are going to shut and make it easier for us to you know, get this done, hopefully without killing any more berry bushes. So I think what's going to happen here, folks, is I'm going to have to super prioritize this stuff so we have a chance at, you know, finishing, taking care of that. Also, it is roasting time, or I guess acknowledging of your roasting time. A couple of you were like, hey, why in the world did you try to build this overhang, which is super complicated in terms of materials relative to the bridges you'd already built? I don't really have a good answer for that, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just one of those things that I'm like, oh, hey, cool, shiny new toy. I want to play with that, while ignoring the tried and true thing that was going to be cheaper and faster and more effective to boot. So, yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes it just happens. And you got to be prepared for it. Unfortunately, I made an error in judgment that has never happened before on this channel whatsoever. But yeah, that's pretty much the size of it. I do need to make sure these get built, but that's not as important as this being taken care of. Yeah, so I kind of got myself in trouble here. Oh, I can't even access this. That's the other problem. I forgot that I took that ladder out because I was mad. Well, now this needs to be priority number 1 to get that finished. Oh boy. I always manage to get myself into situations like this, don't I? Well, excitingly though, this is actually getting something done. We have a little bit of water coming in that way. That's fine. The stuff coming in around here is also fine, I guess. I will deprioritize that because that is no longer a priority. We have one single day to get this built up a little more. I'm like 99% sure this is going to be totally fine. And they are still working on this, so that's fine. Going pretty well. We do have plenty of treated planks. We have plenty of logs. Everything supply-wise is looking really good with the exception of mangrove fruits because... Oh, I never put the other gather flag here. Well, that was on me. So that should help us out quite a bit. Storage-wise for this, we still only have the one warehouse, but it's not like we're drowning in these things, so that's a-okay. That died from contamination. Oh, yeah, because of this. Wow, so we actually killed a... Oh, we didn't kill all the berries. But 0.9 days, that's 0.5, that's coming at 0.4. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead... Actually, maybe not. I really don't need to punish my beavers, do I? Let's take a survey here. Pretend this is Family Feud. Steve Harvey will get, like, inexplicably upset about a dirty joke even though he asked them to make those. That's fine. 0.9 days. What's this one at? 0.7, 0.3, 1.2, 1.1. Okay, so there's actually not that many that are going to die as a result of that. I think that's fine. All right, now it's almost time, so I'm going to get that out of here instead, because this is going to pretty much instantly start filling with that nasty, nasty water. So I guess I have a decision to make. I'm 90% sure it's going to be totally fine with how we have this set up. I'm going to go ahead and just say this is now the most important thing to get built. This is now the second most important thing to get built. Hopefully they don't have to go behind it. Hopefully. Actually, hold on. I'm still paranoid about this. Okay, that's close above contamination. That is close below contamination. Alright. And they are set to auto, right? Okay. Good. That's fine. Alright, so now we're going to get that nasty in here. Did I see some of that? Yeah, what gives? That had some nasty water show up. I mean, it didn't stay. I don't know if that's just a graphical thing when the color changes. But, yeah, no lasting effects. That's fine. Yeah, see, now it's going to be a race against time, because you know somebody's going to come over here. I may end up regretting it, but... Well... Yeah, they didn't make it. They didn't make it. Oh, well, they're coming, though. They're coming. I think... As long as I can make it so they can't get behind here, which you know that probably isn't happening, they're not going to get infected. Okay. Alright, I think we escaped. I think we did it. Alright, so, crisis averted. Nobody got infected. And all of it is flowing off the edge of the map. Like we preferred. Which building's flooded? Oh, that's that lumberjack flag. That can actually go completely away. Alright, problem solved. And now we have the resources, time, and non-infection-wise to take care of this. Of course, all of these berry bushes are absolutely write-offs because of contamination, but that is not going to be an issue because... What we can do, I'm 90% sure, and this is something we talked about in the comments as well. The irrigation barriers do not protect land from what is above them, but they protect land from stuff that's beside them. So like right here, the reason this isn't contaminated is because this irrigation barrier is blocking this. Okay, this block and then the ones around it from what is in this block. But if this was covered with bad water, specifically bad water, then it wouldn't do anything because it stops from spreading beneath it. Now, according to that, I should be able to put irrigation barriers along this bit here. And even if good water is on top of them, it should stop the bad water from spreading underneath them, and more critically to down here. So I do want to try that. I know there's other bits like say right here that aren't gonna play nice with that, but if we can just make some sort of difference with that, I think we're gonna be in good shape. And I'm okay losing a couple bits of farmland for that purpose here as well. I think we're gonna be okay. I just want to see if that helps at all. I feel like it should, but I can't 100% be sure. We're learning together in real time, even though there's probably some of you that know whether or not this is going to work, but I don't, and that's the whole point of doing this, so that's fine. I am curious why they keep coming over here in the middle of the night. I know they're probably just finishing their daily work, but come on, I wanna find out here. I think we're gonna have at least a couple more of these before we see any effect, because they do have this entire thing in a death grip of just nasty right here. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. I don't know for sure. This actually, this isn't colored here, but it still has the cracks. Is that just a graphical glitch, or is that something being cleared? I guess maybe. But what's weird is it isn't affecting this. It isn't affecting down here. But I know it really shouldn't be a problem Well, one at all because it's super high up here. I don't know, maybe I'm spending too much time thinking about it. That's honestly probably exactly what's happening. Power-wise, bad tide, we're currently making half of the power we need, so I really should turn these engines back on. This also kind of goes back to the thing that some people in the comments were saying, that this should always have something going through it, even if it's just a little bit of overflow, so we're always making a bunch of power. And the cool thing about doing that, too, is if it's overflow and a bad water, we could have it go all the way around. We could actually, if we really wanted to be some kind of just crazy about this, all the way around, all the way here, all the way around here, and then possibly a fun thing, incorporate it into this, just take it around here, and then dump it all right here through this set of wheels. I think that would be kind of cool. It doesn't have to be the same height all the time, obviously. We can kind of come down stepwise, and especially, I always want to do these in the landscaping ones, use these overhangs to build over here. I think that would be cool. And I don't know if anyone has specifically suggested that exact scenario. It's possible that I just didn't interpret what somebody had already suggested this, and I thought I was talking about something else. So if you've already suggested that, and that's what you were actually talking about, then I'm sorry for not understanding you the first time, but I think that would be pretty cool. So would love to know your thoughts on that. Again, coming all the way around here and then dumping right there while still keeping a little bit of a channel. Right here obviously doesn't need to be a 3-wide river if we already have water coming down here. You know, just food for thought. Ideas to ruminate upon. Yeah, now, I guess... I mean, I have plenty of science. So why don't we... Oh, that's 10,000 by itself. But we do have the pieces to build it. Alright, I'm gonna research it. I'm like 99%... No way! Is this actually gonna let me do it? Build on top of the... Whoa, you should not have let me do that. Oh no. That's gonna be well, we're also not there yet. We have so much more stuff to do. But that is very encouraging. But what's not encouraging is that this is still it's still polluted, which it really... I mean, I don't think it should still be polluted, so maybe I just need to get over myself and just allow that to happen. But I really wish I could put a straight power shaft on top of this, or some sort of power shaft, because we are going to have a couple little bits of stuff removed so I can put the nubs of these large water wheels on them. Or I could just have it... No, that's not going to work. Man, so much stuff to think about. You know, trying to reverse engineer the entire, like, outside of a map to be something it was never supposed to be, and utilize game mechanics to do stupid things. Well, actually, now that I think about it, that's pretty much the entire point of doing this, isn't it? Right? So maybe I shouldn't be too critical about that. Well, regardless, we can and should have this fully ready to go before the end of the episode. Would be very, very, very nice. Even if it means that other stuff is going to be a little annoying. Yeah, for right now, until we fill this channel in entirely, I think it's going to be in our best interest to go ahead and get that out. And I'm just going to put in, just to keep the peace, put in 3 sluice gates there. Set this downstream depth to, let's say, because we're going to have these dams here, let's just say right below... Oh, hold on. I almost made a terrible mistake. That needs to be set to, let's say, 1.7. Should be pretty close to what the height of that dam is. Ish. Thereabouts. So that will be the only way that closes. That should keep this pretty well filled up. And of course we have to have the levees on top. So give them the opportunity to build that. Of course, when this clean water comes back in here in a little bit, then it's going to spill mostly through here. Some of it may find its way down this way. We're not quite finished. Yeah, it's still going to flood down here until we get everything taken care of. But they are hard at work making that possible. I think I can go ahead and get rid of these. That's plenty of materials for us to pick back up. And look how much space we have. Do you understand? Just so I can demonstrate this. Do you understand how much power this is? To go all the way up like this? This one stack is a lot of power. This is 450,000 HPH. And I can put in another, what, 8 or 9 of these stacks like this? That is seriously impressive. Obviously, we're not going to build this right now, but, you know, just to give you an idea of what's possible with the help of all the fun new stuff in Update 6 and the wonderful mods that people have been creating. Yeah, I am hoping that they'll finish this sooner rather than later, because I am kind of tired of killing all the blueberry bushes. But they'll get that taken care of. So now that we know these irrigation barriers don't do jack squat right here, I guess I'm just going to have to put the stuff back up here. As unfortunate as that is, but at the same time, I can understand why that wouldn't work. It's just unfortunate. We will certainly have our work cut out for us, though, on getting these water wheels in place. I do know that we can put in, obviously, like right here isn't going to work right now because I do have this ladder in place, and the paths and everything will have to go away. So, you know what? Actually, why don't we just go ahead and do that now. Utilize our demolish building tool, make sure we highlight the path. That was a change they made during the development of Update 6, and I'm very glad that that was a thing, because I was tired of deleting these waterproofing tiles. That was very annoying. But if we were to go ahead and try to maximize, just, I know they're not going to end up building this, but pausing helps me think. So, yeah, okay, look at that. That is not going to require us to have a single one of these irrigation barriers removed. Basically maximizes our use there. This bit right here, now obviously I'd have to remove this guy or not build him, which for the purpose of the demonstration I'll just show you. And then, you know what? This is basically perfect. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. I'm going to pause this and this, and I'll let them try to build this. They should be... Oh, they can get from the backside. That's fine. But even just these three right here, I think would be a massive, massive help getting that put in place. We can also, just for your knowledge, we can turn the nubs around and put them on the back of the map. But I do like the idea of having this path go all the way around the back here, so we can utilize that as we feel so inclined. And we can, additionally, utilize this other space here to run a power shaft thing, or if we feel so inclined, we can use these overhangs as well to bridge between different areas. Mainly, the big thing is right here and then on the side of the reservoir, because of course here we have land that we can play with. We can take these trees away. That would probably be the easiest, best thing for us to do anyway, and then do some terraforming to make sure that we have extra space to grow stuff. The world is our oyster, so to speak. And I've got this slope that's got to get demolished. We can get that cleaned out. Things are looking good, folks. Looking good. We just have to have these impermeable floors that were marked as lower priority finish, which I probably... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get those done right now so we can stop flooding these poor berry bushes. And get everything else taken care of. Because I am very curious to see... Okay, now this is going to flood here, but... oh, the camera's not going to let me get low enough, huh? So this is currently full all the way up. This thing, downstream depth says 1.99, 1.98. It will eventually evaporate and get us down to the point where it'll open. So this is working, this sluice right now, and that is cool to see. This overflow is working here Obviously, this dam is not fully complete because I wanted to try and stop the weird pulsing thing that was going on. So that's why that's doing that. But I think right now we are A-okay. Just want to make sure we can finish this mess. Maybe we should not use this with the dirt, but honestly, we've already committed to it, at least for the full backside here. I think it would make the most sense to do that, get this metal out of the way, and then utilize this directly. Come across this way. I think we're going to have a good time with this. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So let's, man, see, I just have such a hard time actually getting this situated correctly here. Because I feel like I'm just making a huge mistake half the time working with so much of this stuff. But I should be able to, from this ladder, if I connect to the paths here, should be able to get all the way down here, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it should actually be perfect there. Then I suppose, since I have basically unlimited wood resources, just put that guy there, get these unpaused. Yeah, and I think probably before we do any more terraforming, honestly, we just need to have this go all the way like this, and then we can bring up everything else. But yeah, I do not feel like chasing down bad water leaks any more than the next guy, so just gotta make sure we're not being completely dumb about stuff. A little dumb sometimes, I guess, is allowable, but I don't want it to be the point where people think that I'm deliberately, you know, making mistakes because it drives stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not baiting. I'm just legitimately forgetful. A lot. And that's just the way it goes. If I wanted to bait engagement, I'd make 13-year-old locker room humor every 5 seconds. Which, hey, if that's your thing, cool. Do what you want to do. But, not what I want to be putting in my stuff. Alright, down to 1.82, so we'll come back and check on that in a little bit. Everything else still looking pretty good. Water pumping, we probably need to increase that a bit. But eventually the goal is to get... Wait, why hasn't this not been... okay, they have other stuff they're trying to do. But the goal is to turn this into the main water pumping area. Whenever that happens, it's a process. It is absolutely a process. So I guess they can reach that. That's fine. This, of course, is going to take its own time, but we know for sure it's not going to leak down here. And that, to me, was the most important thing. To get that all situated so we know for sure we're not going to have any super dangerous leaks situation here. Alright, I'm going to pause the mine because I think it's going to be smart for us to go ahead and get this situated. I know we're using a lot of wood, a lot of planks, but this is going to have to get out of the way anyway before we get too much further. So I figured might as well go ahead and get that connected there. Should be nice and easy. Of course, they're going to take their sweet time doing this, but we did need to start the process. Eventually, maybe a video or two, this will be done and we can extend everything around this way. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea of this being entirely earthen on the backside here, and then we can use our overhangs and cascade down a little bit, go across this natural feature, then go around the corner here, make sure it's the correct height to miss our mine, which might actually require us to build on top of this natural overhang. Not entirely sure. I guess what I could do is I could check and see what my clearances are. Oh, never mind. That'll work. Well, it'll work enough. Just need to keep our eyes on that. I know the wood supply is going down. We are using a lot of wood currently to build this this large dam here, so that is normal. We do need to be planting some more trees, and I know we've got a lot a lot of other stuff to take care of as well. I'm actually surprised that this hasn't infected these couple of trees right here. That's, huh. Interesting. I'm going to put those two right there. That'll help. It's not going to completely prevent this from being nasty, but it will pull it back a little bit. Tree-wise, I can currently, with where this forester is, I can plant some trees up here. It's just that there's so much pollution that it's going to kill most of them if I were to do that. And so I've chosen not to. We have homeless beavers, really? Okay, well, fortunately, this barracks is already here, and we can just unpause it, and now we have 6 extra beds. Problem solving. Work smarter, not harder. And now that this is actually operating, I think I can go ahead and build these 4 impermeable floors. We can start actually filling this thing up. This is still massively unprioritized, which is unfortunate because that's going to delay that getting finished. Oh, they're working their butts off over here. That's what's happening. Well, that's okay. This also needs to be done, but I'm going to go ahead. Oh. Well, I guess they decided they wanted that to be finished. Alright, cool. That works. Storage for planks, huh? Well, what I really wanted to get done today was have this reservoir actually hold water. So I think we can safely say that we have technically accomplished that. It is going to take some time to fill up, but that's okay. Downstream is down to 1.84. So I think, you know, it might have actually opened a little bit. Or I'm just misremembering what the amount was before. Anyway, regardless. Should still be fine. I'm going to keep this up, I guess, until I have to go click on something else. I'm just so curious. I'm like, there's no reason for it not to work. But I'm still extremely curious and eager to see this. Of course, you know, they're taking their sweet time to put that stuff in. Yeah, they're going to town over here, I'll tell you what. That is fine, I guess. No, I shouldn't have put the ladder there. Should have put it over here. Well, it's going to get removed as soon as those trees are gone anyway, so I guess it's fine. Remember when I said I wasn't going to click off of it, and then I did? Yeah, it's 7, 8. Well, we know it's close. We can keep our eye on things. Just one little piece at a time. The suspense is killing me. Oh, by the way, this is done. This one water wheel. Go ahead and, I guess, yeah, it'll clear up some space for planks. Go ahead and use these. Hey, don't sound the alarm too quickly yet. We still have almost 900. Oh, also, these need to be paused. I probably should install that smart power mod, but I am not usually quick to put those things on. Alright, 0.74. We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. It is funny how this one was built before this one was finished. Don't really understand that one, but hey. .72. We're getting there. We're getting there. Because as soon as I can guarantee that this works and that we're diverting the water correctly, I'm going to fill in the farmland underneath this. Or start doing that. Let's zoom in here so we can see this in action. Alright, 1.71. So, alright, 1.7. As soon as this gets to 1.69, we should see this flip to open. And then, yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. Just real quick. Really quick opening. No splash or anything. That is looking fantastic. I am so glad that works. That is a very, very good feeling. So now we've got to fill in all of this. There will be a little bit of splashing as the ground is filled in, but that is that's just going to have to be how it is. So all this here, I believe. Perspective is kind of difficult to see here because we have this big reservoir in the way. I believe I can get this situated nicely here. Oh, I left a spot open. I didn't need... There we go. So that should get us just about perfect. Then I'll take this and this. That should pretty much deplete all of our dirt and then some, which is totally fine by me. Give us a little bit more land to play with. Obviously continue getting this down. That one needs to be a triple? Really? Okay, well, that's fine. And I do think I'm going to go ahead and just close this one and this one on the outside. Just to try and build up our level a little bit. See what the equilibrium goes out to. I know, like, one of these open is still going to be probably enough to get all of this through at once. But I do like the option of closing it off bit by bit. Okay, now this one's ready to go. Obviously, we're not going to know that this works until we force water to go through here. Well, there's no reason for it not to work, but you know what I'm getting at. You know what I'm getting at. Now, let's see. Math-wise here, I think it's going to make the most sense for us to just pick a direction and go with it. This will end up being... Probably the 5x's would work nicely. 5x1 overhangs. So that we can go right underneath there and then... Yeah, okay. I think that's going to work. We'll just have to build stilts up because I can't take this dirt out. Yeah, so with one of these open, the water level, it hasn't really risen that much. So that was one of the reasons I was a little skeptical of putting these sluices at the bottom, because this thing would basically never fill up. But I think over time... Okay, no, it's going up. It's going up. It's just going to take a while. So let's go ahead and just open that one back out so we don't flood over the top of this. That would be quite nice if that were not going to be a problem. They're still building this mess here, but I think at this point this no longer needs to be a thing. All these trees have been removed. Get that out of here. And then this is now officially a pork project. Which, you know, gonna be nice to have, but at this moment in time it's completely unnecessary. So back we go over here. I would really love to have this more or less completely finished by the time this episode is done, and I think they can do it. It's just going to use a lot of our logs that we maybe don't want to go ahead and use right now. Oh, so this didn't really do anything, huh? Bad water storage here. That could easily be moved. Take this out. Put a couple more of these irrigation barriers in. I think right here is going to be fine. Should take most of that away. And then I can always put this bad water pump up on stilts and put something else around the backside here. I really want this to be plantable land. That is probably going to require us moving some other stuff around. But while we're here... Oh, we are... okay, we are flooding. Alright, so open that thing. Get all this out of here. I wonder why just now it's deciding to go up. Maybe it's just playing catch up this whole time. What did it? There we go. That just has to drain. So what are they still building down here? I think they were trying to build up, and that's completely done. Okay. So this is ready there. That's looking good. Okay, I don't care about that. That's fine. Since this is already earthen here, I might as well... I know they can't reach this yet, but I might as well make this dirt. And then that'll go all the way out here, out here, out here. This probably is going to have to not be here permanently, but that's that's something we can mess with later. So right now... Oh, it's a drought? Boo, I wanted a bad tide. That's going to make it much less exciting. Oh well. Life goes on. Alright, let's get these two things finished. I really want to see if this is going to actually, you know, help anything here. And I think I can probably afford to pause one of the explosives factories. We have a huge stock right now, and I would like not to have so many injured beavers. The mine is also paused, so we don't need to be generating that for that. They're already gathering plenty of metal here, so that's good to see. And I've got space to put in a couple more of these scavengers. We want to make sure we're employing everybody, right? That is the goal, or one of the goals, I guess. So 3 more. I'll go ahead and put a path there for when I have another spot. Oh, that was super quick. So that goes there. So all 4 of these beavers that are not currently employed will be able to work there once that's taken care of. I really wanted them to finish this. I guess that's not meant to be. Oh, because they're also filling on all of our land down here. Well, that's exciting. That's exciting. Because this is all irrigated? Yeah, okay. Good. I was a little worried about it. But it seems like it's going to be perfectly fine. Did I not put this down as buildable? No, I did. I just can't see anything because the way... Oh, they're building the dirt from... Wait, what? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but they're building the dirt through the impermeable floor. Like, I know that's how the game is coded to make it work that way. It's just funny to me. That's how that would get built. I mean, logically speaking, it makes perfect sense. But also, logically speaking, it makes absolutely no sense. You feel me? So that's done there. That's done there. We are getting very close, friends. Very close. And soon they're going to bring all this stuff up here. Let's give them this pathway access. And this will be the initial height we're working with. Obviously, this still has to come up here. But it's going to take those beavers some time to get this completely situated the way that we want it to be. A little bit of patience. Little bit of patience. Yeah, and I am going to extend that up all the way. Just like what I want to do over here. Make things look nice. I know I can get away with that because this is going to have a pathway to get over here. So if I do... Yep, I do a double. I unlock my 6x1. Not my 6x1, by 5x1. That's what I decided. 5x1 there. Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna have to do something different here. I thought I was so smart, huh? Well, we can just flip it around this side. That'll be fine. I think. Yeah, because that's got to go that way. So I do want this to be solid, so this can have water going into it. That'll be fine. Oh, you know what? I want to check. I want to check just to make sure. Let's pause so they don't accidentally build this. Can I build on top of a sluice? No. Okay. I figured it wouldn't work, but, you know, it's always better to check. Yeah, because you got these little weir type things right here. All right, well, it was worth a shot. Okay, this is done here. That's done there. I think it's time to go ahead, since this dirt is empty. Take these out, because we know we're going to be using this space. Get that out, get that out. We know they can get on top of this mess here. Yeah, that's going to be a single. That's going to be the 5 by there. That looks pretty clean. Pretty clean. You know, in theory, I probably could have just put these and then have the platforms on top of them. That would probably have been a little bit cleaner looking, but, well, long term, without having to build scaffolding to do all the other garbage. But I think what we've got now is fine. Anyway, it's drought time, which means this is all going to be completely empty again. Unfortunately, because I was really hoping I could get a nice screenshot of a full reservoir here. But now the reservoir is empty, as one does. But at least that's going to give us some time to get it all finished, ready to go, no problems. Of course, this is going to take the time that it takes. No real way around it. And you know what? I'm going to choose life. I'm going to not I'm going to not have stuck beavers here, because you know eventually they're going to get around to building this, and it's going to end up causing some problems. Yeah, well, while we're here, I will go ahead and put irrigation barrier there. Of course, now that this is completely turned off, there's no... Oh, you know what? That reminds me. The bad water discharge. We absolutely should be building one of those, and now there's no excuse not to do it. So, hello, construction project. Build this, and absolutely, completely force it to be open at all times. So we need to generate power. So right now, all we're making is 400, and these poor folks don't have any options. They are out of power. Because I didn't build any gravity batteries, so I don't like the gravity batteries. I want to use flywheels. And then I installed the flywheels mod, and I didn't even build one. You know how it goes. You've seen these videos. But now that we have 10 unemployed beavers, yeah, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it's time for another builder's hut. Yeah, get in here. Start working. Let's make some stuff happen. I know if they're going to just build this immediately because of course but we do need to have the power, so that's good. There's going to be at least a couple of you who are going to be cheering because we did that, so that's good to see. Of course, this is going to take some time for that to get constructed, but that's okay. They built this one quick. 5 extra beavers. You know what? I might as well go ahead and just... yeah, go ahead and just have another builder's hut here, just so we don't have anybody unemployed. Incapacitated beavers slowly going down. It's good to see. Yeah, they're doing some work on this thing, man. Making it happen. But this definitely needs to get done very soon. Metal blocks and gears, we have everything we need. They just need to bring it in. I do really like the intermediary construction things here. Now, you'll notice it still does the animation when it's not done, but I'm pretty sure they build it in the closed position. You take a look at that. Of course, that one's open, so it will be open when it's finished, but that's fine. So, yeah, construction here has not stopped, but definitely is slowed compared to what's going on over here. Yeah, I just need 110 gears-ish. That should be fine. They can't reach this because I haven't given them a way to get up there, so let's do that. Let's put in, I guess I can rotate these two so that can just be straight up and down, nice and easy, and that's going to allow them to build this, and then they can start building from this side as well. Obviously make that a much faster process. But I do think for the purpose of this episode, this last little chunk here is going to be fine to have that all done. Then we can mess with farming and stuff next time and get this laid out perfectly, exactly how we want it. I probably am fine just leaving this open as it is, unless you guys have better ideas. But I think just reclaiming this bit of farmland is a pretty fun thing for us. Nice accomplishment. So we can just leave that alone for the time being. Yeah, they're still doing work on this even though I told them not to. For shame, it's the minimum construction priority, man. Hey, this is working. It is absolutely working. Very good. And yeah, there's still, because of the position of this deep bad water pump, that still is a problem. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this away. Oh no, you're not going to have any pumping? No. Look, we're going to move it. It's not going to go away forever. This thing is still here, but we're not going to need this anymore, so this one can go away. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to, for right now, since we don't have anything else to do over here, I'm going to... Can I flip this? No, it's going to block the door. That's fine. Well, it's not fine to block the door, but I want to make sure that we have access to still pump some. So we'll just have these right here. Because we do still need bad water, you know, to make, well, a bunch of stuff. But that gives us the option up here to just completely seal this off. And by completely, I mean just, you know, do this. I think that should take care of most of it. Obviously, you still have this mess right here that still has to get dealt with. But So much of that is just, it is what it is, you know? So that's fine. This is actually done a lot better than I thought. They can work on this. We have 1,000 wood now, so that's recovering nicely. Yeah, you know, I feel really good about this. I think we've done some good stuff. Still not 100% on wanting to have these right here. But at the same time, it's nice to keep stuff filled up. I just am a little worried about getting the reservoir full enough to put the pumps all the way at the top and not have issues, because the straws on the pumps are 6 deep, which is the entire height of what we've currently built. We could conceivably make this just the height of the reservoir and have the pumps at this height, and then utilize these overhangs to build on top, which probably would be pretty cool. But I guess this is something I could just ask you guys to weigh in on in the comments, because I do always like to know what you have to say. Do you want to keep the reservoir this height and build over the top of it, or do you want it to go all the way up to where this land is? Very, very interested to hear your feedback on that. Because, of course, I do try to do as many things as you guys suggest that I can manage to figure out a way to fit into what we're doing. So, that is going to be the end of Cycle 21, and probably the end of our episode as well. Seeing that it is now 107, an hour, 7 minutes. Looking over there on OBS. So, as this starts to come in, we'll go ahead and finish up today's episode. Thank you very much for watching the videos. I genuinely mean it. Is not possible to do this without your support. Beard boosters as well, you see the names on the screen. Those folks directly contributing to the upkeep of the channel and making it so I don't have to take stupid sponsors for stuff nobody wants to buy. We can just focus on playing the games and enjoying each other's company, which I think is the most important thing. So, again, really appreciate you being here. Whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we will see you back in this series on Wednesday and back in the Water Beavers tomorrow. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.